Imagine meeting someone who would change your life forever. You'd remember exactly where you were, right? But in the New Testament, the story of how Jesus met his first disciples, Peter and Andrew, feels like two different movies. Was it a dramatic encounter on the shores of Galilee, or a quiet conversation by the Jordan River? This isn't just a small detail. It changes the entire dynamic of how the ministry began. Let's look at the two versions that don't seem to click. In the Gospels of Matthew and Mark, the scene is purely professional. Jesus is walking by the Sea of Galilee. He sees Peter and Andrew casting a net into the lake. They are fishermen busy with their daily survival. Jesus calls out to them with the famous line, "Follow me, and I will send you out to fish for people." The reaction is instant and almost supernatural. They drop their nets immediately. No questions asked. They leave their father, their boat, and their livelihood to follow a man they seemingly just met for the first time. This version emphasizes the divine authority of Jesus, a call so powerful that it demands an immediate, radical response. Now, let's look at the Gospel of John, chapter 1. The scene shifts completely. We are far from the fishing boats of Galilee. Instead, we are at the Jordan River where John the Baptist is preaching. Here, Andrew is already a disciple, but a disciple of John the Baptist. When John points to Jesus and says, "Look, the Lamb of God," Andrew and another man decide to follow Jesus. They spend the whole day talking with him. There's no mention of fishing or nets. In fact, it is Andrew who then goes to find his brother, Peter, to tell him, "We have found the Messiah." In this version, the meeting is a slow, intellectual, and social process. It's a chain reaction of friends telling friends, not a sudden command on a beach. Why the difference? This is where it gets interesting. The Galilee version focuses on authority. It wants to show Jesus as a king whose word is law. The Jordan version focuses on identity. It wants to show that people recognize Jesus through testimony and relationship. Skeptics argue this is a clear historical contradiction. The two events cannot both be the first meeting. However, some scholars suggest a middle ground, that they first met Jesus at the Jordan River as seekers, went back to their jobs as fishermen, and later received the official call on the shores of Galilee. But even that is a stretch, as both texts describe these as the definitive starting points of their journey. One is a sudden miracle of the will. The other is a gradual discovery of the heart. A sudden command or a slow conversation. Perhaps the truth lies in why each author chose to tell the story their way. What speaks to you more? A God who commands you to drop everything, or a Messiah who sits and talks with you for a day? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mysteries of the ancient world.